Hey guys, Harry here and welcome to a new video. In the background is a Call of Duty 4 gameplay on free-for-all where I go 25-1. So nearly flawless, but not quite. Anyway, that's not the point of the video. Today we'll be talking about a football subject, which happens to be why I believe Manchester United miss Michael Carrick and why they need him at the minute, and why they're suffering not having him at the minute. Because obviously he's injured at the minute. He's been injured for about a month now, and he's still got a few weeks to go. So yeah, basically Manchester United haven't started too well, have they? They've got 1 point from 2 games, played very poorly against Swansea and very poorly this week against Sunderland. Both matches they had fairly good possession, but what they did with the possession was very poor. You know, there was hardly any creativity. You know, Mata, he got a goal against Sunderland, but you know, he's not really doing much. He's hardly getting the ball in the good areas and getting good passes to Rooney and Van Persie. The midfield of Cleverley and Fletcher yesterday simply didn't work. You know, there are so many question marks over Cleverley's ability anyway, and he didn't really do much, gave the ball away a lot. And our vice-captain, Darren Fletcher, also seemed to do that as well. And yes, moving on to Michael Carrick, how would he help this? Well, obviously he gets a lot of stick as well. A lot of people say he's absolutely rubbish and doesn't do anything. Well, I've got to disagree with that. He might not get any goals, he might rarely get assists, but the position he plays, he's not really going to do that. People compare him to Mesut Ozil, for example. They say they both play in the same position. No, they don't. They both play in the centre of midfield. But Ozil, well, most of the time they do. Ozil is so much more advanced in that kind of centre attacker mid, just behind the striker position. And Carrick is just in front of the defence. He's not nowhere near the strikers, so he's not going to get goals or assists. So it really annoys me when people say he's not getting goals or assists, because that is not his job. That's not what he's there for. However, what he is there for is, you know, keeping the ball moving, keeping the ball. He might not be the most extravagant of passers, but he keeps the ball. He can do first touch passes, he can do left foot passes, he can do long passes, short passes, all those type of passes that for some reason Cleverley and even Fletcher at times struggle to do. And obviously Fellaini at the minute is injured, and he hasn't been good since joining Man United. Herrera's injured as well, although he will return soon. He's good, but he doesn't order the defensive capabilities that Michael does. You know, in the formation Manchester United play, which at the minute is free at the back, kind of a 3-5-2, there's so much space, you know, on the wide areas, and even in the central areas, and you know, Michael Carrick would help that a lot because he makes so many interceptions. I think he might have had the most interceptions last season of any player, so that says a lot in itself, even though Manchester United were poor last season. The point is, he's not you know, people don't talk about him. He's not an exciting player, but you know, not everyone's going to be excited. They all have the roles, and his is to be a good tackler, a good passer, a good interceptor. You know, none of this fancy stuff. He can't do what Yaya Toure can do, which is pick the ball up from 30 yards and run through a whole team and score. He can't do that, you know. That's not what he's for though, so, you know. He's just a very, very good player, a very underrated player, and he's injured at the minute, and I believe Manchester United are struggling because he's not in the team, basically. When he comes back, I think they'll do better. It'll be Herrera and Carrick in the midfield, you would think, unless they sign someone like Vidal, which seems unlikely at the minute. And that will just be a lot more solid. You know, Herrera offers that creativity, Carrick offers the defensive abilities, and it'll just work better as a partnership. As for the whole 3-5-2 formation, really not sure about that at the minute. Maybe they need to go back to 4 at the back, because the 3 at the back at the minute are Jones, Smalling and Blackett, and obviously they've just signed Rojo, but you know, it's them players are still not experienced, they're not world-class players, so there's got to be question marks over whether they can, you know, they can play that position in a successful way. In my opinion, they're all very good players, but at the minute they're not good enough to play the 3-5-2 in such a very good league such as the Premier League. So much quality, even against the lower teams. You know, Swansea were a better team against Manchester United. Sunderland were a better team against Manchester United. You know, anyway, that's my opinion on Manchester United and who they need back from injury. Leave yours, and hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more, and goodbye.